Alright gamers, this is Daniel. Welcome to another episode of Beta This. Today we're taking a look at Continent of the Ninth Seal, aka C9. It's a Korean based MMO. Been out a little bit longer there, of course, because that's where it originated from. But basically it's an action action MMO. The combat is an action based, much like Terra. So let's just pop in right here, and I'm going to be doing a lot more in-depth, actually going through character creation and all that. I'll put the links in the bottom so you can skip by that if you like and just go to how the game looks and the combat and all that other fun stuff. So we'll just pop right in here, and then I'll start with this. Now, the one problem I have so far with the game is there's 4 classes, which is fine. You do get an option to change that later, and I'll go into that shortly. But you don't have an option between male and female classes, or male and female depending on your class. Fighter and hunter, you have to be male. Shaman and witchblade, you have to be female, which I can understand with the witchblade based upon what they are females. But like shamans can be male too, hunters can be female, fighters could be female, but you don't get that option. You have to be as it says. So I'll just go into the customization here, show you the different what you can do. It doesn't seem like you have a lot of options at first, but it's actually pretty extensive once you flip over and you start changing every aspect. You can actually go and look at other armor types that they'll have later in the game. I love that one. That one is awesome for the shaman. Now you get 3 different kinds of faces. You get innocent, proud, and lively for the shamans. It changes based upon the class that you are. And then you can change between 3 different faces, just presets. You can go skin color, be really dark, go Asian, all the fun little differences. Now when you come into this, you can go face, you can change the eye shape, how big the eyes are. You can go eyebrows, change the direction they're going. You know, you can change every little aspect of each body part. Change the color of the lips and the eyes. Can go white if you want. Style, you got the hair, you can change the length. It actually changed the length of the hairstyle. And the highlight, like you can actually, there's different layers you can change on the female. I can't remember if you can on the male, but I'll be getting to that shortly. But they have quite a few different hairstyles that you can go through in this game. As you can see, you got your spiky fro. So yeah. Change the hair color, randomness, and you can change all the different body sizes. And yes, for all those little fappers out there that want to change the other intricate parts, yes, you little sick bastards, you can change boob size. Yay. Good for us. So basically, that is all there is to the character customization. Now I'll pop over to a male and I'll show you the customization on them. Now with them, they get wild, strong, sharp. This is of course for the hunter. Like I said, each one is different depending on the class. The males, you can do the same thing. Yep, you can change the length on their hair as well. And then they got multiple tattoos, which I didn't show on the women, but they have about 31? Yeah, 31 different tattoos you can put on their face. Or none at all. And then you can change the color of them as well. Or at least certain aspects. I'll be the Joker. Let's just make the silliest damn looking tune possible. Oh, hey, I could change where it's at. Okay, let's not do that. There we go. What kind of hairstyle are we going to go with today? Let us go... Hey, actually the hair changes depending on the class too. Interesting. So, we'll go body. We'll make you look silly. Small shoulders. Big waist. Big arms, small legs, big hands, big feet. You're just silly looking. And we'll go We'll go with that. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Okay. So I'm actually not going to go into a new character, but at the beginning of the game, you get a tutorial to basically show you how to do the combat of the game. And as you go through, it'll show you more. And it doesn't give you much past the combat. You kind of have to figure out the rest for yourself and how the game works, for the most part. I'm just going to pop into my Witchblade here that I made. I got her to level 12. So it'll at least have us a little farther in so you can actually see more of the abilities and the combat. But just to start, this is going to be a free-to-play game. It has a cash shop in it. I'll pop in and do that real quick before I do anything else. It's currently in open beta right now. I don't know when it's going to come out, but the game isn't bad looking. It's actually fairly pretty. The sun shafts are really good on the game. The lighting is pretty decent. Now, as you can see, the clothes are pretty skimpy on the women, of course, but, you know, usually Asian MMOs are about that. So, as we go here, let's see, go into the cash shop. As you can see, it's very limited right now. There's not much into it, but you can also go into each different class and buy different things for them. You can preview clothes, basically undergarments or clothes in general that you want to see at all times, and they have all the lingerie type fun stuff. Go. Now, let's see here. Crafting wise, there's crafting abilities in the game, but you only get to choose one, and I think there's 5 or 6 different ones in the game. The one thing they need to fix is you don't appear where you logged out. You appear in random places in the town. Even if you exit a dungeon, you kind of just randomly appear anywhere in town. Don't understand why, but that's the way it works. Now, see, here's your crafting room in at least this town. I don't know if there's more towns in the game. Not far enough in to find out, but as far as you got metalworking, which is weapons and armor, tailoring for the cloth items, woodworking for enhancing items is what it says. I'm not honestly sure what else goes to that. Alchemist for potions, and then chef for cooking. You can only pick one of these. On this tune I picked tailoring considering she's wearing light armor, so I can craft my own armor. And then you can come here and there's actually an equipment crafting station, though for your exact profession you have to use the tool spot that's required for it. But the equipment crafting tool is a little bit different. You can come in here and you can actually craft different tools like armor, weaker armor for your tune, as opposed to the bigger, better armor that you could craft through your actual profession if you selected it. So that helps out. Now the progression system, well, the class progression system is of course level based, as seen that I'm level 12. As you level up at level 10, you become an quote-unquote elite version of your class. So right now I hit level 12. You do a quest line once you hit level 10, and then it upgrades you to the elite version. And I'm an elite Witchblade right now. The Witchblade is sort of a roguish type class with magical abilities. It's kind of fun. Now as you come to the trainer, they always have some sort of combo practice quest that you can do to give you extra experience. You basically, while you're in the instances, the game is instance based, like dungeons. If you've ever played games like Rusty Hearts or Elsword, Dungeon Fighter Online, you go into an instance, you do it on a difficulty, you complete it, then you come back out, then you do it again on a harder difficulty. Though the difference in this one is, which doesn't change in a lot of them like this, is the instance actually gets longer and changes slightly depending on what difficulty you're on. So it does change up a little bit, but same idea. Now, taking the class test is basically to level you up. Now, when you hit level 20, you get to select between 2 different classes, one of 2. Once you select one, you can't pick the other. You have to stay that one as far as I know, and you get specific abilities based upon that. Now, just to show you the combat, I'm going to stop here and bounce over to an instance. Actually, no, I'll just take it up to the instance and continue talking until then. But as I'm going, I mean, it's an Asian MMO. It's free to play. Not fully out yet, though you could probably sign up for the beta and get in if you wanted to try it out. Though I can't guarantee that. Just remember, this is in beta still, not final product, so it can be subject to change. Woohoo. Now here's your instance gates. They're in different corners of the town. You can just walk in and it'll give you a map. Now when you look at the map, you'll have all this stuff. You can see the different areas. Some you can't go to because it's locked and you have to finish other things first. Now I'm just going to go into the Imp Forest here. And you select your difficulty down here. I'm just going to go Master because I've gone through all of them. Why not? You can see killing of more enemies. Now the combat, like I said, is like Terra. It's the action combat where you keep clicking to attack and then you hit different buttons to add in combos. The game does have combos that you can do that mesh together and do a lot of damage to enemies. You have a dodge mechanic which does have a slight cooldown. It's about 2 or 3 seconds before you can dodge again. And actually you don't need to keep clicking. It'll keep attacking if you hold the key, but you can also use right click because with the Witchblade, each hand is one of the mouse buttons. Now, as you can see, it's pretty fast paced. The combat is very gratifying. The feeling that you get when you hit something is actually, it lets out a large boom, which it feels like you're actually hitting and doing damage, which is nice. As you can see, you got your other spells here. You can, well, when you're out of combat, you can run and sprint to speed up combat. Then you click a button again to go into combat, and you pull out your swords and go at it again. And you're apparently not an enemy. Oh well. We'll come up here and I'll show you some other combo stuff. So you get different abilities, of course, based upon your class that you can do. Magical stuff. Yeah. Lots of fun. Now, this is how it goes up until you get to the end and you fight a boss at the end of each level. When you beat the boss, drops a lot of loot. You pick up the loot, exit the dungeon, and whatever quests you had along the way, you complete. Very simple, very easy. It's definitely a grinding game, but most games like this that have the instance base are grinding games. Not to mention, like, most MMOs are grinding experiences anyways. So besides that fact, grinding is grinding, and this is a grinding game. Go, 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 go. Lots of fun, though. Lots of different combos you can do. Tons of fun. Heavily enjoy it. Definitely recommend it if you are short on cash. Download and play. Easy to do. Now, as far as that goes, this has been a look at C9, Continent of the Ninth Seal. This is Daniel. Hope this was enough information for you. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.